Hello, Go Forth donors. I'm here today with Father Matt Stewart, the class of '98. We're just so happy to have him back on campus. He, of course, is a former SLUH teacher and now is the director of campus ministry. And we have tremendous gratitude to the Jesuits for missioning Father Matt to our campus and for placing Father Matt in a position that he's in. We have so many great Jesuits that have served with distinction and continue to serve distinction in this community, and we're very, very thankful for that. I have great news. Our $2 million match put up by Pat and I Stokes has been met. Huge excitement about that. We're now at $5.2 million of $6 million raised for our chapel renovation and the attached campus ministry space. And we are really excited about all that's going on with Go Forth, and thank you to our donors for making all that possible. I'm going to pass it over to Father Matt so he can explain to you why are we on the roof here at 4970 Oakland. Father?
Thank you very much, Mr. Crothers. I really appreciate it. Allow me to say how excited I am to be back here. Not just to be back at where I went to school, but to be a part of the new things that are happening. We're on the roof of the Backer Memorial because in 1927, a tornado ripped through our city and destroyed, among other things, the skylights that allowed natural light to pour into our chapel space. They were closed up, and after now nearly 100 years of being in darkness, we have reopened those skylights. So now that beautiful natural light pours once again into our chapel space. The skylight renovation is the first phase of a project of redesign and renovation of our chapel, a committee that I am so pleased and honored and privileged to chair. In a few moments, you're going to see a video roll that I made just a few months ago in the chapel. Notice how dark it is. But when you come onto campus today, you will see that beautiful sunlight streaming in through the ceiling, reminding you that you are bathed in the light of God's love. And so without any further ado, let's roll that beautiful backer footage.
Hello, my name is Father Matt Stewart. I'm a Jesuit priest and a proud member of the class of 1998. In addition to my time here as a student, I spent 6 amazing years here as a theology teacher and a campus minister. I'm currently standing in the center of SLUH in the main chapel. It's a place familiar to every one of us who went to school here since the Backer Memorial opened in 1923. I remember the first time I was here in this chapel for Mass. Father Bob Costello, the president, welcomed our class back in the spring of 1994. His homily was about Bilbo Baggins and the Hobbit. He was thrilled to see each one of us and told us that he couldn't wait to get to know us. He told us that SLUH was our home and that we all belonged here. The Go Forth Bicentennial Campaign hopes to renovate and restore this sacred space so that it can continue to be the spiritual center of our school and a place where all feel welcome well into our next 200 years. This summer, I was so lucky to be welcomed back here in this chapel again when I was able to say my first Mass here. In addition to my family and fellow Jesuits and friends from all across my life, I was able to look out on a congregation filled with fellow members of the class of '98, with SLUH teachers who had become my friends, with former colleagues and former students with their spouses and children who are now my dear friends. All of that began here in this room, where we all learned the only thing that most of us remember from high school, that we are loved and are called to love one another. As junior Billikens, we are all needed to help support the restoration of our chapel in any way that we can. Through your support, together, we will shape this sacred space for junior Bills for generations to come. Together, we can continue to make the SLUH Chapel the source of life and a place of welcome for everyone who passes through our school. Thank you.